Hello everybody, Calvin Hicks here with Flix Movie Talk. I'm so glad you've joined me today. Today we're going to be covering just some of the top 5 movie news that's kind of been happening over the last few weeks that I haven't been able to cover, and kind of looking forward to kind of getting out there and maybe informing some of you who may not be as well informed or maybe just don't have the time. So yeah, obviously within the last couple of weeks we did have the DC League of Super Pets trailer drop. Which actually looks really, really well done. It looks really funny. It looks like something for the entire family. You have Kevin Hart and The Rock both starring as 2 of the super pets. I believe Kevin Hart is going to be Ace, and then The Rock is playing Crypto the super dog. As well, you have Keanu Reeves doing the voice of Batman, which just sounds right. And then also John Krasinski voicing Superman. So really interesting to see this movie as it comes out this summer. Look for more trailers to drop just before this summer coming up. And definitely excited to see that one, as well as what else DC has in mind. With that, we're going to come to, obviously, the Batman has come out. It is officially out for the first weekend, and it did snag up the #1 box office so far for 2022, which doesn't say well, as we are still very early in the year. But great job, Warner Brothers, DC, and Matt Reeves, and all the cast and crew. I mean, it is so well received. It is unlike any Batman, I think, that we've seen on screen done before, and it does have the roots that kind of a darker kind of horror noir detective story attached to it. I'm really surprised that they allowed the entire 3-hour cut because, for one, the biggest complaint that the studio execs had about Batman v Superman when that came out in 2016 was the length, the tone, and pretty much everything in between. So it was really nice to see WB give Matt Reeves the reins on the Batman film that he's making, that he decided to make. And really, with the results of what happened with BVS coming out with a shorter theatrical cut, obviously was not as strong as the Ultimate Edition, which came out a few months later after the theatrical run. So it was really nice to see them just say, Matt Reeves, put together your cut. We're going to release your cut. We don't want any more backlash from director's cut being better. They've had a lot of experience with that in the past, obviously, with Zack Snyder's Justice League. So this is a step in the right direction when we talk about giving filmmakers their creative freedom to film and to put in whatever material they want to do with these movies. And that's just, I'm really looking forward to a lot more of what WB and DC is doing, partnering up with some of these filmmakers. They're allowing great filmmakers to come in and now to make the movie that they want to make without so many restrictions. And it was just really nice to see with Matt Reeves. It was kind of a bummer because, again, you have this effect with Batman v Superman when it came out. You got to make it shorter. You got to make it happier. You can't have this. You can't have that. And that kind of resulted in a kind of a mishumped Justice League movie, which ultimately got corrected years later with Zack Snyder's Justice League. So a step in the right direction. Great job, Matt Reeves and the whole cast and crew, really, with the Batman. And I'm super excited to see what more is coming down the line. As this weekend has passed, you've had people such as The Rock kind of congratulating Matt Reeves and the team with putting out an awesome movie, as well as David Ayer tweeting out how well the movie was. And again, what this speaks to me is that there is a cohesive team that are working together to promote each other's movies instead of trying to tear them down. And that's what really we want to see going forward, because right now it's proving, with the Batman coming out, they have jump-started. Matt Reeves has kind of jump-started his own mini-universe with his own set of villains and with his own set of heroes that are taking place in this now year 2 Batman movie. And so what that tells me is that we can have these multiple universes going at one time. We still have The Flash coming out later this year, which is still connected to Zack Snyder's Justice League with Ben Affleck's Batman, and then obviously Ezra Miller's Flash. And then we have Black Adam, which still kind of, I feel like, is trying to be connected with Zack Snyder's universe. So there's really no telling how many Batman movies we can have by next year. So it's really exciting to see everyone kind of working together, promoting each other's works. And again, I'm super excited for Release the Ayer cut. We want to see David Ayer's Suicide Squad. I hope you do. I'm super excited for it. It's coming. It's coming. It's only a matter of time. So huge kudos again to the team behind the Batman and everybody that was a part of that. One of the spin-offs, and a quick kind of a sub news note with this, there was I believe a Gotham PD series that was announced kind of following within the universe of the Batman, and I believe there for sure is a Penguin spinoff they're doing with Colin Farrell's Penguin, which to me, he absolutely stole the show in the Batman. For me, always having Danny DeVito in the back of my mind as Penguin, very similar to how Jack Nicholson's Joker was received. There hasn't been anyone that's taken on the Penguin role in a live-action, big-budget movie like this. So I was excited to see Colin Farrell's take on it, and I was not disappointed. It blew me through the roof, and honestly, it stole the show in every scene he was in. Really, really looking forward to that spin-off series. So back to the Gotham PD series. I believe they're switching it up a bit, no longer doing the Gotham PD series, and instead they're going to be doing an Arkham series, focusing on Arkham Asylum and some of the mumbo jumbo butter nuts that are locked in Arkham Asylum. And from what I read in an article, that Matt Reeves really wants to kind of make Arkham Asylum seem like its own character and try to bring to life some villains that maybe we have seen, maybe we haven't seen on screen before, and kind of show them in a light that we, again, aren't familiar with. So super excited for this Arkham series. Whenever we hear some development on that, we'll definitely keep you updated. Number 3 for our movie news list is, I am a huge Alien, I am a huge Predator fan, and this year, exclusively I believe on Hulu, is releasing a prequel somewhat to the Predator series. So the movie is called Prey, if you haven't heard of it. It's being directed by Dan Trachtenberg. I believe that's how you say it. I believe the last movie he did was, 10 Cloverfield Lane. And then before that, I think he had just only shot a few commercials for like a car company or something like that. But he ended up doing 10 Cloverfield Lane, which I believe kind of later on in development in that movie, they kind of connected it to the Cloverfield universe. I believe it had a different name during production. And then as shooting kind of went on in that movie, they kind of connected it with the Cloverfield universe. So he is heading up directing this movie, Prey. And it takes place in the year 1715. It's going to surround, I believe, somebody. I believe it's a female character that are part of the Comanche Nation. And again, 1715. So a lot of people have been, I was reading something where they were like talking about it could connect somehow to Danny Glover, the pistol that Danny Glover is given in Predator, the sequel to Predator, Predator 2. He's given a pistol at the end, and it has the year on it, I believe, 1719. So there may be some kind of tie-in there. I'm really excited for this movie, Prey. I'm kind of excited to see it kind of go back to its roots as far as what the first one was, more or less about kind of the ultimate hunt, if you will. And I'm really excited just to see this Comanche Nation kind of take on the Predator. So huge news coming out. That's coming out later, I believe, in just a couple months. So look for that. We'll definitely keep you updated on that. And then obviously, we're going to be talking a little bit about how all this ties together. So one of the biggest things is a new trailer dropped today, and I'm super excited for it. You'll be looking for it up here on the banner in just a second. So yes, if you haven't already seen it, the trailer just dropped for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, exclusively on Disney Plus, dropping, I believe, May 25th. And I have not been so excited for a Star Wars series ever. In fact, I have not watched any of the series made by Disney in the Star Wars universe. I have not seen Mandalorian, and I have yet to watch the Boba Fett series. I haven't even watched any of the animated Clone Wars series. I'm strictly, I've been really just into the kind of a movie canon universe, and kind of with everything that happened up to the sequels, I was really geared and excited about. So Obi-Wan, it kind of hearkening back to that time between the episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and then obviously what led up to A New Hope with Luke Skywalker, and then Obi-Wan, Uncle Ben Kenobi watching over him from afar. And I will say that this is a series I will most certainly watch when it comes out, just because it has Obi-Wan, it has Joel Edgerton returning as kind of Luke's uncle, which I honestly was like, when I seen him in there, I didn't even think that they would go that far. But they're really doing a good job at trying to make it feel like what that transition would have been like between Episode 3 and A New Hope. So really, really excited for this series. I have not, like I said, there's not a whole lot of series that I do get excited about, and it does take a lot for me to kind of get into them. This one I will get into right away. And the trailer, everything just looks amazing. And the fact that you're actually getting a little bit of saber action, and not just like one teaser at the end of a series or a season. It looks like that it's going to play a part in it throughout the whole story. So again, I'm really excited for Obi-Wan Kenobi, Star Wars original Disney Plus series. So look for that on May 25th. Check it out down below. Again, if you have seen the trailer, let me know your thoughts. Did you like The Mandalorian? Were you excited with Boba Fett? And what you think of this one? So a lot has happened in the movie news universe, and this is some of the stuff that really gets me excited. So I'm glad to bring it to you guys. Hopefully you didn't know. Hopefully you learned something, and hopefully you're kind of looking forward to something now coming out in theaters or on streaming. So look for those coming out. We'll definitely keep you updated as best we can, and there's just so much news that drops all the time. It's hard to cover it all. So obviously, hashtag RestoreTheSnyderverse. Zack Snyder's continuing to trend as GOAT, greatest of all time. So we want to restore the Snyderverse. We're going to definitely get it, you guys. We're letting all these movies play out this year. We got The Flash. We have Black Adam. Once those are kind of solidified, they have their time in the spotlight. I have no doubt after this Discovery merger that we're going to hear some good news surrounding Zack Snyder's Justice League, or at least Zack Snyder's universe. And again, we're really looking forward to David Ayer's Suicide Squad. And we'll definitely, any news about that, we'll try to drop it right away. All right, guys, and obviously we have one final announcement. That is, yes, if you can tell by behind me, we do have a sequel now officially in the works from I Am Legend, starring Will Smith and Michael B. Jordan. So any news surrounding that, I'm really going to try to keep covered because I really enjoyed I Am Legend. And I was reading, and I think, I'm not sure what direction they're going to go with the sequel, but I know Will Smith was very adamant about waiting for something very interesting before having any idea about touching a sequel. So I Am Legend 2 is on its way. Super exciting. I can't wait. And I honestly am looking forward to hearing more about it. So if you're looking forward to hearing more about I Am Legend, stay tuned. And we will definitely keep you posted as best we can. So again, with all this movie news, there's so much happening. There are some movie dates that are being moved around a bit. So we'll cover that maybe in a future video. Again, thank you guys for tuning in all the way to the very end. I appreciate you. And be well, be blessed. We'll see you next time. Bye.